Oh, it's going. Hi. Hi, Ray. She tried not to get on camera. All right, so I'm coming on a little bit early. I don't have Stephen with me yet. I'm going to give him a call at 7, I told him. So today is kind of different. Tonight's life's kind of different. So since I've been doing cards with oracles and tarot, and the messages that have been coming through are really strong about kicking fear to the curb, going for your dreams, going for what you love. I'm going to have him come on here and talk about his story because he's just like you and me. Normal, not normal, but he's just like me. He's a human like you and I. And he has very inspiring story from moving to out to Hollywood, like California, getting into being a makeup artist, acting, up to losing not recent just recently he lost his husband. He's an inspiration in so many ways for people out there. So I want to have a talk with him today and let you all in here and understand and hear his story and see what he's gone through, what he's done, where he is now and where he's continuing to go with his success. Since all my readings and oracles and all that I've been doing is listen to the universe, go for what you love doing, um, embrace your gifts. Like I said, kicking fear to the curb, perseverance. It's just all about going and not being afraid, going for what you love and not being afraid. And his story is all about that and more. And um, it's interesting to me. I want to be able to have a talk with him on here and have you all hopefully inspire people and zap it out to the universe and inspire more people to go and not be afraid to do what they love doing and know that they can be successful. And he's been through many obstacles and mistakes that we all get discouraged because we're thinking, oh, if it's, mistake and an obstacle, then we give up sometimes. We think that we need to give up because we think to ourselves, well, if it's this hard, then why do it? Well, it's supposed to be hard. You're supposed to keep at it and do it, keep doing it. So I'm going to be giving him a call. I told him I would give him a call at 7 so he could come on and talk to everybody and share his story. And it's an inspiring story, so I'm excited. He is very inspiring in so many ways, in every, and I want that to be shot out to the universe and to you guys, and hopefully to inspire someone, even if it's just one person. Like I said, my readings that I've been doing with oracles since I've been coming on here have been all about following your dreams, embracing your gifts and your purposes, not being afraid to take the leap, about obstacles and mistakes, problems. There's more than one solution to a problem. Not to give up, not to always to believe in yourself, to love yourself first. So I wanted him to come on and have a talk with you all and share his story. That's what I wanted. So I just wanted to come on and give like a brief thing. His name's Stephen Dimmick, and he's in California. And he's a makeup artist. I'm gonna let him explain because I think that a makeup artist, actor, and I believe a makeup artist instructor. I'm not sure if he's still doing that, but he's going for everything. Like he set goals. He's got it, and he just lost his husband, so he's still going for his dreams, even though he's going through grief too as well. As soon as I say grief, people leave, but that's fine. But that's part of his story, and no matter what he's been through, he keeps at it. He keeps at it. He keeps at it. He never gave up. He never gave up. And he's living in his dream and his purpose and what he loves doing. So I wanted to talk to him about it. So I'm going to give him a call and we'll be talking. And if anyone needs to ask questions, he's up for questions if you want to ask him questions about anything. So I'm going to get him on here and we're going to go. Of course, he can see me. I'm not sure if he's ready yet because I told him 7 o'clock. And he can see my ugly mug. No, just kidding. He can see my face. You all can see my face. just waiting for him, but he's not expecting me till 7. Well, it's almost 7, but it's all good. I've had you. Okay, so we're gonna wait a little bit. Okay, it's fine. I did speak with him before on radio when I had my own radio talk show, and his story is very inspiring. That's all I gotta say. It's very uplifting, and like I said, he's a person like you and me, and he's where he wants to be. And no matter what happened to him, many challenges, many obstacles, many mistakes, um, even going through a hard time right now, he's still going for what he loves, and he's still at it, and he still continues to be successful. That's that. I'm just trying to get a hold of him on here. So what I'm getting a hold of him through Instagram, so he'll be speaking through Instagram, but you'll be able to hear him, but you won't be able to see him. His name's Stephen Dimmick again. I want him to be able to talk to you all and have like a little talk with him, interview kind of thing. And anybody else, if they want, they can ask questions. Okay. He must not be ready yet. Got 1 minute, y'all. I'm trying to, I don't know why. I said this earlier. I said it's going to be bloopers watch. Blooper show. Always happens to me. Let's see. I might be going the wrong way. I'm getting them, y'all. Don't worry. I'm going to get them. Where is that? I wonder if this is going to work. Waiting for Stephen Dimmick. Hi. I was doing the. Well, I think I was doing the wrong one. I'm putting you up here. All right, everybody. I just explained them. Well, they can hear you, but they can't see you. Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay, I'm on YouTube, and I said maybe if you want, you can. If you're up to it, you can ask a couple questions if I have questions.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been doing YouTube. I've been doing YouTube lives lately, and it's all about. I've been doing readings with oracles and stuff, but it's not only about that. And what's been coming out a lot is like following your dreams, not giving up, loving yourself, kicking fear to the curb. And the first person I thought about was you, because you're doing everything and you've been through so much and you keep going. You haven't stopped.
I love that that's what you see.
But just like a short rundown, if you can explain what you're currently doing, if just your story.
Yeah. You might hear Pinky, my little boy, chatting in the background.
That's
occasionally.
My dog's saying.
So my story is oh my God, where the hell do I begin?
That's a broad question.
I'm 52, and I'm literally just coming out of a really dark place that I've been in for 10 years. And, it involves being a widow. I've been a widow for 3 years, as you know. And, I watched my husband die for 7 years, so that started 10 years ago. And, and I'm one of these, my friends have described me as repulsively optimistic. So, but what I didn't see over these, back a little. I moved from Australia to New York to follow my dreams to become a makeup artist. I achieved a great amount of success in that. Getting to, shooting for magazines like Italian Vogue and working on the runways for like Dior and Valentino in Paris. And met the man of my dreams. And then, 5 years after we met, he was diagnosed with cancer. And so I watched him slowly demise over 7 years and die. And what I didn't realize in that 7 years is one of the things that happens when you're watching someone die, I was trying to maintain my makeup career. There was on-air stuff for me happening. And so I was trying to navigate that while trying to take care of a man who I didn't know was dying. I honestly didn't know he was dying until the day before he died, even though he was 6'2" and 115 pounds. Because you don't see it happening in front of you. Right. And those 7 years of watching him die, bit by bit, I was getting chipped away. Bit by bit, I was losing faith. I was losing hope. I was losing optimism. I just saw my life disappearing. And, of course, it's not something that I saw until after he died.
Right.
And so, trying to keep the happy face going while the my insides were dying,
Exactly.
And I was bitter and I was angry and, still trying to keep the smile on the face. And some people saw it, some people didn't. And after he died, it was like, what am I? Where am I? Who am I? What's going on? This isn't how it was meant to be. He was meant to get better. He was never going to get better. But the delusion of watching someone die, he was meant to get better. And so the last 3 years, it's been an incredibly slow journey back of just looking for the pieces of Stephen that still existed.
Right.
Looking for and seeing that some parts were irreversibly shattered. And it's like, oh my gosh, what the hell am I going to put? Where's the puzzle piece for this part of Stephen that's completely annihilated? It's shredded and tattered. So, finding those new parts that are like the old parts, but they're new.
Exactly.
Losing the person you thought you were going to grow old with at 49 is not, it's not something that nobody can imagine it.
No. I know. That's what we share in common.
Yeah. And so, I'm just starting to find my hopes and my dreams again. And I'd started an old love that I had when I was a boy that my mother had. My mother was mentally ill, alcoholic, whatever she had going on. It was really destructive to a young boy. And I remember I came home when I was 10 and said, I want to be an actor. And I had a play in my hand that I was going to do at school. And she said, why bother? No one wants to look at your ugly face on a screen. And you know, you believe your mother.
Of course.
You know?
Of course.
And so before Jonathan died, I had been offered a small role on a film, and from a director who just said, you have something, have you ever thought about doing this? And I said, yes, and I jumped at it. And so I did this small role, and it led to another role, and it led to another role, and it led to acting classes, and it led to one of my A-list celebrity clients. She saw it. She's an Academy Award winner. She's a Tony Award winner. I asked her if she would look at some of my work. She said that I have raw ability that needs to be nurtured. She said that I have talent. Mm-hmm. And so Jonathan died. That came to a screeching halt. And, you know, I would have to say this year I've only been able to start picking up those. No, that's a lie. I've continually been picking up the pieces. This year it feels like, oh, the pieces are starting to resemble something that is looking like a person's coming together.
Right. Like the little pieces of the puzzles are coming together.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to see a future. And today I just got into a director's class, not as a director, as an actor. Mm-hmm. And it's not just new directors, it's also very established directors who watch. So it's an incredible opportunity for me. And after a director friend of mine had got me in, I've got a picture of Jonathan here by my desk. Aww. And you know, I was just weeping. And I talked to the picture. I talked to Jonathan. You know, he's part of my higher consciousness now.
All the time. Yeah.
You know, yeah, and I love that. I love it. And today I said, I can't always do it for me. Sometimes I just don't feel like I can do it for me, but I can do it for you. You know. Mm-hmm. Because he always believed in me. He believed in everything I did. If I said I wanted to do something, he'd be like, you know you can. You know it's in you. You know you've got it. You know. And like, he was always the cheerleader.
My husband was the same way.
Right? Mm-hmm. Isn't it amazing?
It is.
You know?
To have that every day and know that someone believes in you so much. Even when you doubt your own self, you still have that one person who's always there, like you said, cheering you on.
Yes.
And never doubting it. Never,
not a doubt. You know, the only person that doubted it was me.
Me too.
You know? And hearing you know, my mother's been dead since 1996. I'm still hearing a dead woman's voice in my head.
And I was talking about that. I said, if you have close people around you and it's bad because that's your own mother, right? But if you have these people who are not believing in you, get rid of them. Cut them out of your life. Only surround yourself with people who are going to encourage you, not down you.
Absolutely. 100%. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And I have that. And I've had that all along for the last 10 years. And again, I didn't know that either because, you know, when you're being so clouded with everything that's going on, it's so easy to not see it. Mm-hmm. But I can see now that I've had that love and support over these years. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, you know, how the hell can anyone get through that nightmare without it?
Exactly.
You know?
Love, and it's just support, all about your support system.
100%. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 100,000%. You know, so yeah, you know, I worked with that actor client today and just had great, and I haven't worked with her in a year, and we had, you know, it was a great conversation, and it was, you know, she's on a show right now, and she was talking about, acting, and she was talking about, and she's just such a wealth of knowledge. She's been doing it for 30 years. She's a wealth of this knowledge. And so I just drink it up and I just take it in. And, I think that's another thing with getting older, being 52. I know nothing. I want to know nothing. If I know nothing, I got more to learn.
Exactly.
Yes. I'm teachable.
That's another thing too. No matter, everybody always says, "Oh, it's too late." No, you can be at any age and dream another dream. Go and, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I don't like. Even I find myself thinking that too because I'm 43. Just told everybody my age, but I'm like, maybe I missed my call, but no. There's no time. No. There's no time limit or anything on what you love and being successful. There's no time limit.
That's right. I remember when I was 40, and a friend of mine's mother said to me, she said, "Stephen, when I was 40," and she was 70 and retired, and she said, "When I was 40, I thought, I can't change my career. I can't do something new." And then she had this epiphany. She's like, "Well, if I don't try, I'm never going to find out." And she said, and from the age of 40 to 60, when I retired, she said, I had 2 other careers, successful careers, and she said, and it's because I just was like, I've got to try. If I don't try, I'm never going to find out,
Exactly. That's just what I say too. Would you rather not know or try and find out?
Exactly.
Like not know for an eternity. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather try and find out than not know at all.
Yeah, I don't want to get to my deathbed and go,
regret.
God, I wished I'd tried. I wished I'd tried this. I wished I'd tried that, I don't want to do that, I never wanted to become a mother or a father, Some people want to do that, so I think that's another thing about success. It's, just because I wanted to be a makeup artist in fashion, and I became that, and I succeeded at that. Just because I want to be an actor and I'm making steps forward in that at 52, it doesn't mean that what your dream is, if it's not this big dream of doing something like acting, it doesn't mean it's not a valid dream.
Right.
My mother was not a successful mother, right? But I see women out there and their dream is to just be a mum, and it's like, if they can go into it with full gusto and just full on into it and with every belief, they're achieving the dream, and I think that's the important thing about understanding what dreams are. For anyone listening, a dream doesn't have to be something that seems unattainable,
Yeah. That's what I always say. If you can picture yourself doing it, then you can be it. It's as simple as that.
Absolutely.
Simple as that.
Absolutely. I
say it all the time. It sounds cheesy, and everybody's probably like, what is this girl talking? But it's true. It's true.
It's 100% accurate and true.
And talking about, I don't know, I was talking about how some people try to force things in. Can't do that. You got to think about it and surrender it.
Yes. One of my mottos is listen to the road in front of me, don't look at it. Because I have to pay attention to what's being spiritually said to me, not the path I see in front of me, because I may see the end of the path and go, oh, that's the destination. But if I'm just paying attention to that, I might miss a side path that's still going to get me there, that's necessary for me to take.
Right.
So listen, I want to listen to the path that's ahead of me, not look at it.
So I was talking about obstacles, and people think as soon as they hit obstacles, oh, it's time to stop. It's not working for me. Or making mistakes. I don't know if you could talk about some of the things that you went through that might have tried to discourage you but never did.
Oh my God.
And it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. You don't you get to where you see your dream unfolding, but those obstacles don't stop. you have to have. I think you have to have them to learn. They're like your stepping stones.
100%.
Yeah.
You know, when I first moved to New York in 1997, my first 3 jobs were American Vogue, and if in fashion, American Vogue is the top. You work your ass off to get there, and I started there.
Oh.
And because I started there, I had such a bad attitude, you know, because I just thought, oh, I've made it, you know, hair toss. And after the 3rd job, because of my bad attitude that I just thought was cool and hip, my agent dropped me, and I never worked for American Vogue again.
Ah, I see.
And that was my first 2 months of living in New York. And it was because I thought, I'm cool shit now. I've made it. That was one of the first lessons of oh, okay, it's not, the destination isn't what matters. It's the journey there that matters. Because, my part of my journey was starting at the top and getting kicked out.
Yes.
So while I never made it to American Vogue, I made it to Italian Vogue, which it's American Vogue, Italian Vogue, French Vogue, British Vogue. That's the kind of realm that you want to get into. And then the shows I did in Paris, and I was a working makeup artist making a good living. I don't know what would have happened had I, of course I would have had a different trajectory had I not had a bad attitude, but that wasn't my path. It wasn't, my path had a humbling experience. I didn't pick up a makeup brush for 3 years.
Wow.
After that time. I worked in an ice cream store. I worked in a coffee shop. I worked in a restaurant. I worked in a restaurant for 2 weeks. I'm such a shitty waiter. I got fired after 2 weeks. And I was 28, and I'd gone from up here, down to minimum wage and tips. And that needed to happen to me. That was my journey.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
and I'm grateful for it today.
Because it makes you grow. You learn stuff.
100%.
And you didn't give 100%. Up. You didn't give up either.
No, I did not give up. No, I gave up plenty of times.
Okay.
I gave up plenty of times. And I think that's one of the things of not giving up is that you give up. It's like I wouldn't know how not to give up if I didn't. I have to give up in order to know what not giving up means.
Right.
Right. And I think that's the listening to the path, because there were sometimes I'd be like, fuck it, that's not, I give up. I'm not, that's not working. That direction is not working. I give up. Okay. All right, God, where the hell am I going? What's going on here? What the hell, where am I going?
Mm-hmm.
I went to I used to go to a gym, David Barton, in New York, and it was the premier gay gym. And it was, and there were celebrities and all of that kind of stuff that would go to this gym. And so it was very fancy, and there was a towel, the towel woman, her name was Rosa. She spoke as much English as I spoke Spanish. So, but we had a great relationship. And sometimes I'd take her a rose because that was her name, and and I always smiled. I always said hello, and she, And one day I was walking through Chelsea, and I see Rosa down the street, and I scream out, "Rosa!" And we come and we meet. We're still not being able to really talk to each other, but communicating.
Right.
And she's with this man, just a little bit older than I am, and we start talking, and he said, "Oh, my mother talks about you all the time." And she said, "You're so kind." And it was because some of the guys in the gym, some rich people, some gay guys are just assholes, and that expectation, she's just the towel woman. And she was never just a towel woman to me. She was Rosa,
right.
And so he and I just started talking, and he said, what do you do? And I said, I'm a makeup artist. And he went, oh, what's your last name? And I said, Dimmick. And he went, I've been getting your emails for the last year. I'm an art director. And I remembered, I've just been starting to remember your name because you send me an email like every month or 6 weeks or something like that. I said, yeah, with new work. And he said, you're always so friendly. And he said, you've never given up. Pretty much from that day on, I worked with him regularly until I left New York. Wow. And that's, that is the, be nice. Don't get me wrong. I can be an asshole. You've seen me be sassy.
Yes, I have. But I was just going to talk about that. I like that you could be vocal like that because I sometimes I'm like, I want to, but it just doesn't come out. But I love that about you.
Sometimes to my detriment, but with that, it's always be nice. I mean, if somebody's doing wrong to people, I'm not nice.
No.
Or what I consider wrong. But, it's always been nice to people. And I wasn't nice to Rosa because I thought she was going to get me a job. I was nice to Rosa because she was an incredible human being. And she always greeted me with a smile. She always greeted those assholes with a smile, no matter what. I'm just like, I love Rosa.
Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. And so that was another one of those lessons of like, be kind.
That comes
smile.
Out a lot too. Be kind. Be kind and believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stay humble.
Yeah. Yeah. And and to that, as I was saying, there are times people look at me and go, I wouldn't want what that asshole has if you paid me, looking at me. As much as people can look at me and go, wow, what an incredible guy. On both ends of the spectrum and everything in between. I'm a whole person. I've done shit. I've said some really stupid stuff. That if I had more success, people are going to dig it up, probably. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's being a whole person. I think this whole thing of peace, love, and light. It's like it is. I think I'm peace, love, and light, but there's also a nice dose of go fuck yourself too.
Sure.
There's no such thing as somebody who's just Om Namah Shivaya 24/7, 365.
We all have that dark side.
Yes. There is no light without darkness.
Exactly.
No. Just how do we navigate it? How do we, how
Turn
do we
it off
speak?
when we need to.
Yeah, or speak it with integrity.
Yes.
Still learning that one, but I know I can
too.
speak with integrity and say fuck you.
I have a big mouth lately, so I'm like, Everybody's like, yeah. I don't know what happened to me, but now I gotta
Honey, you're over 40. That's what happens. You start to go, I really don't care what people think anymore.
I have to stop myself and say, how can I say this kindly?
I've given up on kindly, and I say, how can I say this succinctly?
Okay. I'm going to try it. Telling you. What about discouragement? How would you, for people who get discouraged so easily out there?
Oof.
I know I've been lately, but.
No, and so have I. A friend of mine, Tracy, she's a director, and good things are happening for her, and she's been a great support for me. She's been one of my supportive network, and because I've been discouraged because I'm learning how to put Stephen back together, you know, and it's discouraging when you're just those little pieces that I was talking about before.
Mm-hmm.
And then like a week and a half ago, I was talking with my friend Tracy, and she, you know, she's in this tunnel vision work mode. So she's got this real strong masculine energy right now.
Okay.
You know, and so when I was being very vulnerable with her, and her and I talked about this since, I was being very vulnerable with her, and she just went all male on me, and, you know, was like, da-da-da, do this, and this is what you need, da-da, blah, 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 and I was just, I shut down. It was all on a text thread. I shut down, and then I was like, fuck her, she doesn't understand what I'm going through. I deleted our entire text thread, which I told her about later, because it was just like, oh, she doesn't get me, she hates, you know, just, I went down that rabbit hole.
Right.
And then literally 30 minutes later, she texted and she said, I got really male on you. I got really masculine on you with that. And I know you just need me to hear you right now, you know? And I was like, she did hear me, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes when I'm discouraged, not every friend that is a trustworthy person to talk to about that is in the right place to be talked to about it.
Right.
Because of where they're at.
Exactly.
And I didn't have the wherewithal to just say to her, I was so vulnerable and scared. I couldn't even see that all I needed to say to her was, Tracy, I just need you to listen to me and hold space for me right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
But she saw it because of the relationship that we've been building up.
Right.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that it's important, navigating discouragement comes through building those friendships when I am in a good place, to be able to say, sometimes I just need you to listen to me.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I just need you to hold that space. And that's when I'm feeling good. I can say that when I'm feeling good to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, there's going to be times that I'm going to be a fucking mess, and all I need you to do is hold a little bit of space for me and back the hell off and give me, you know, love and kindness and loving. That has to be started before those moments happen. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And also, if that's what I'm asking of my friends, I need to keep my eyes open when they need me to hold that space and shut my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can solve all of your problems.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, she knew my answer, you know, but that's not what I needed in that moment. You know, so I think that's when, you know, I was just discouraged, but creating the space to be discouraged in happens when you're not discouraged.
That's right. Makes sense.
You know,
yes.
Yeah. So I think that's the most important thing with people, for everyone. If you know, when anyone out there, is create the space that you need before you need the space. Create the dialogue with those. There are 2, maybe 3 people I can do that with. 3 or 4 people I can actually do that with.
Me too. One, I can count on one hand. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
But that's all you need. That's all you need.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
And honestly, out of the 4 of them, I just need one of them.
One of them.
To hold the space to kind of free me up. Mm-hmm. Because you're not stupid, I'm not stupid, and I don't think anyone who's listening to this is stupid. But we can all get certainly stupid when it comes to listening to our friends. Because I don't want to see my friend in pain and discomfort. I want to fix.
Nice.
Well, my friends know exactly what to do to fix their shit. I know exactly what I need to do to fix my shit. Mm-hmm. If I need your help going, I don't know what to do, what can I do? I'm asking you. Mm-hmm. But if I'm not asking you and I'm just breaking down, I just need to be heard so I can find that space to go, okay, here's the solution. Let me pick it up now.
Right. See this, guys? He's wisdom right here. You've always been inspirational, even when you had those moments. That's what I love most about you. You're so nothing holds you back.
No, it doesn't.
Another thing, I don't know if you ever catch yourself doing this. Another thing I was talking about is comparing yourself to someone else. That's the hugest mistake you could do.
Comparing my insides to someone else's outsides.
Like you're, so you're seeing that person's way more ahead of you in their what they want to do, and you're looking at yourself and thinking, well, why is it not happening for me?
Why them? And for me that is I'm comparing my insides of going, I'm not good enough, I'm not doing enough, I'm not making enough, I'm not creating enough, I'm not enough of something, whether it's an emotional something or a tangible out there in the world kind of something. I'm not enough. Why are they enough and I'm not enough? I just started a friendship with a makeup artist who is, he's 48, so I think he's 4 years younger than me. Mm-hmm. We both started in Australia. He was shooting Australian Vogue and doing all the campaigns at 21, and me at 25 was going, I haven't done any of that, and I've been doing this for longer. Why him? Why fuck him? Why him? And, of course, hindsight's 20/20. And we became friends, and it was just so interesting to see his, to talk to him about, we talk about the business, how it's changed, where we came from, what we did and stuff like that. And you know what? It is no different for him. He had people that he looked at and was saying the same things. Mm-hmm. Why them? Why not me? Mm-hmm. So we all have those people, and I think it's about, for me, it's about being able to just stand back and go and grab onto that experience with him, and others as my life's gone on, and others as well that I've had that experience with, to find out, oh, they think the same about me.
Right.
Right. So if you're out there and you are, looking at other people and getting jealous, because that's what it is, I was jealous. Right. If you can find that space to just stop for a minute and go, well, if I'm jealous of them, I know they're also jealous of somebody else as well. Yes. Yeah. Because we all do, I always call myself a B plus, A minus makeup artist. That's where I kind of got to on the ladder, because I see the A plus people, and I've seen the A plus people, and their lives are literally their careers. They're single, and being married doesn't make you a person.
No.
But that I know through having friendships with these people that they too are like, I've never had anyone like Jonathan. And for anyone out there listening, Jonathan was the name of my husband. I've never had anyone like Jonathan. So there's always something that we're always going to long for.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Yeah, and so just being able to kind of stand back and go, we all long for something. We all want what somebody else has, Mm-hmm. All of us. So if you can just grab onto that, I'm not saying that's easy, but if you can, then that way hopefully it's easier for you to be able to put down the envy and jealousy, because I call it envy and jealousy because I know that I was envious and jealous.
That's exactly what it is.
To be able to just know that everyone's envious and jealous, Okay, when I can right size that and equalize myself with that person, then I'm not so focused on what they're doing, and I can get back to going, okay, what do I need to do in order for me to go up the ladder again, to go up the step again, or to just get back on the step that I was on.
Exactly.
Sometimes.
Yes, get back on the track. And that's the thing too. I said, well, how do you not know somebody's looking at you wishing they were where you're at?
Because they are.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're comparing their insides to your outsides.
Mm-hmm.
You know, how they're feeling. They're looking at your life going, wow, that looks amazing. Why can't I have that? Why don't I have that? I'm doing the same things,
Mm-hmm.
you know. You know, it's like looking at the perfect family. You know, I would look at the Brady Bunch growing up in the tumultuous, alcohol, drug-addled house that I grew up in, and I literally thought every other household in the street was like the Brady Bunch. I literally thought everyone was like that except me, and that was my insides, looking at the outsides, going, everyone else has got it together except me, except my family, and it just simply wasn't true.
And we always think when something's wrong, we always think that it's just us going through that. It's not. There's so many other people that are going through the same thing.
I think the COVID has done that. I think, I'm hearing a lot of people say, I'm really having a hard time today. And I mean, I know we all are, but I can't say I've heard that in conversations before COVID, but I'm hearing people go, I'm having a really hard time today, but I know everyone is, and it's like, oh, it's that equalizer of like, oh, okay, I'm not alone, So if I can do it with COVID, I can pretty much do it with anything.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Yeah.
So, that's another thing too, being stuck. I don't know if this has happened to you, being stuck in your head. So I'm saying that too. If you're stuck in your head, you're stuck in life if you don't get out of that negative thinking all the time. Like always in your head and being negative. You're not going nowhere. Yeah. I know it's hard. I always say it's hard, but you can catch yourself, and there's little baby steps to do things that you need to do to get out of that.
There is, and I think what's really important is, for me, when I was stuck, and it goes back to people who are around me, the ones who aren't stuck or weren't stuck in that moment, that said the best advice they gave me was honor where you are at. Honor that you're stuck. Don't try and force to be unstuck. Easy does it, but do it.
Right.
But honor that space you're in. If all I could do some days was make my bed and brush my teeth, that's what I did.
Same here.
And sometimes it took somebody to tell me that, And I think the whole being a widow thing, it's really easy to think I'm stuck when you're just grieving, right?
Mm-hmm.
So learning the difference between being stuck and being in who you are at that moment. A lot of people, just get tired of hearing about it. Grief or being stuck.
Mm-hmm.
They're very different. Grief and being stuck are very different things. So I'm not lumping them in the same category. But there are people that will just get tired of hearing about it. And so that's where it would come for me to be able to find that dialogue to be able to say, I'm still here and I just need my friend. I'm still here. I don't know what to do. I'm taking these little actions. I'm taking these little actions. I emailed a client today. I wrote something today. I wrote affirmation. I wrote one affirmation today. I wrote something optimistic today. I made my bed today. I'm just struggling to get through that. And being honest with the person, I know this is driving you fucking nuts. I understand that this is driving you nuts, and I can't tell you what it means to me that you are still here and present for me in this horrible, and for me it was a multiple year experience. So just holding, I can't just expect people to show up for my stuckness.
Right.
If I'm not letting them know, I know what a fucking trial it is to have to listen to this and not be able to do anything about it.
Because people automatically want to fix, and they can't.
Yeah.
They can't. All they can do is sit, listen, and know that you love them.
Yep.
That they love you. You know what I'm saying? Show the love. Show the love.
I would even tell my friends, I would say, listen, I don't care if you put the phone down and go off and write a novel, just as long as you come back and pick the phone up every few minutes and go, put it back down, make a cup of fucking tea, I don't care. Just as long as I know you're on the other end of the phone.
That's right. It's true. Don't say anything. I just need you to sit there.
I don't need you. Exactly. I just need you there. Really. That's really what it is. I just need you there. I remember when I drove home that afternoon after the day Jonathan died. I was driving home and I called my friend Mike, and it was 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and in LA, anyone who lives in LA knows 5 o'clock from Beverly Hills out to Pasadena is a 2-hour drive. So I just got in my car and he was on my phone. I think we spoke for maybe the first 10 or 15 minutes, and then he just sat on the other end of the phone for the rest of the drive. Didn't say a word. I didn't say a word. But just the fact that he was there was all I needed.
Knowing he was there, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I always say that. Everybody just wants, I don't know, I think it's human reaction when someone's that you love and they're going through a hard time, you want to fix it instantly.
Yeah.
But when it comes to grieving and when you're going through your moments, you don't want anything. You just want to know that you have somebody there that loves you. That's it.
Yes.
Comfort.
Yes. And for those out there who haven't lost anyone, I was talking to a friend of mine, John. He was getting a divorce. Him and his wife were separating after 18 years. His son had just gone off to college, so they'd realized it was done and it was over. And John was there for me every day after Jonathan died, and he'd call in and say, "How are you?" And he'd sit there and just let me have my moment. And sure enough, once I was heard and acknowledged, and I said, "How are you, John?" And he burst into tears. He said, "I'm having a really hard time." It was like the marriage was over. And as he was talking, I'm listening to him, and I'm going, I said, "John, you're grieving." And he went, "I am." And I went, "Yes." I said, "Listen, it might be different to what I'm going through, but it's no different because you're still lamenting the fact that the person you thought you were going to be sitting on the porch with when you were 80 is not going to be that person anymore."
Right.
I said, "This is grieving." And that helped. So grieving can be the end of a job that you love, that you might be fired from, or you're just had removed because of what's been going on for the last year in the country.
Losing a job, anything that you're losing, that you're used to having there. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And that was a real beautiful moment for me to witness. as a recent widow to see, oh my God. And John and I connected differently after that. And it was a good connection because it was like he knew I heard him, and I had a comrade in that. I had a buddy in that, even though she was still alive and she moved up north and all of that stuff. It was, we both had lost something that we both lost something important, So the whole grief thing is, it's a huge big thing, and something that I think some people, I feel, people that know grief might disagree with, but everyone has their own grief journey, but what I've discovered is we all might have our own individual grief journey, but it's exactly the same. It might be at different times. We might be angry at a different phase. We might be sad at a different phase, but we all go through the same thing. We all go through, I can't throw out my husband's sweater yet, but I can throw out his pants because, they mean nothing to me, but the sweater meant something. We all go through those odd things. There was 2 Advil left in a bottle. I had the Advil the day after he died because I had a headache, because I was dehydrated, because I was crying so much and I wasn't drinking enough water.
Okay.
And I held on to that bottle, stayed on my bedside table until about 3 months ago. And he died in December 2017. But I would wake up and I'd be like, Jonathan bought that bottle. I had the last 2 pills in it. And it was just this random thing that I held on to, but it meant something to me.
I just went through, it was 9 years for me, and I had things still. And I kept having the same dream over and over again. And I had spoken to someone really close about it, and they woke me up about why I was having a dream, because I have not fully let go of what I needed to. It's basically what it was about. Because your head, when you're grieving, you think, well, if you're letting go of the person, but you're not. You're just letting go of the material things that you know what I'm saying? That you don't need to hold on to remember them.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. And there's a lot of things that I've gotten rid of that held no value for me. There were newspaper clippings from his school when he was a child, in school plays and whatnot, that really held no value for me. I'd never seen them until after he died.
Right.
And after he died, I found them and I was like, oh, but then it was like, why? They hold no value to me. I called his sisters. Do you want these? They hold no value to them. Okay, I love you, Jonathan. I'm letting go of these papers. I'm not letting go of you. That would be my mantra.
Right. Right. Exactly. So where are you now? You're still you're still doing what you want to do, right? You're still doing your makeup, right?
I love doing makeup. The business has changed so much because of social media. I don't love the business anymore.
Okay.
So I do love doing makeup. I did makeup this morning on that client I was telling you about.
Okay, yeah.
That actor I was telling you about. I hadn't seen her in quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
And that was for something for Netflix and blah, blah, blah. So I love doing it. I have no interest in pursuing it anymore.
Okay.
Although I still reach out to clients. I'm still doing the automatic response things to a business that I've known for 33 years.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not actively looking for new clients. I'm not actively, trying to make it happen. Because I love acting. And, a year and a half ago when my client, told me that I was talented, it was that mother moment that I was looking for, of, oh, okay. So with the grief and trying to separate myself from my mother still, it's just, like I said, this year it's really shit feels like it's just starting to come together, and that I'm able to now put my, I feel like my feet are getting this steady ground.
Mm-hmm.
And to be able to pursue that and see what's in there for that. If I reached a B plus A minus level in makeup, there's no reason I can't reach a B plus A minus acting level.
That's right.
Aim for the sky, and if I get to the top of the tree, I'll be really happy.
Mm-hmm.
And if not, I did it. I worked at it. I followed the dream.
Yes. That's what it's all about. Not being afraid and just doing it.
100%.
What are your, what is it called? What are your inspirational things that you tell yourself every day to keep yourself going?
Oh, it's okay to fail. It's okay to give up. It is okay to give up. That's a new one for me.
Ooh,
and giving up doesn't mean I'm letting go of the dream. It just means I'm letting go of an aspect that isn't working, maybe in that moment, maybe ever. So it gives me an opportunity to see something else that for me to pick up in order to go down that, to find that path again.
right.
So I think giving up's okay. And fuck ups are my friend.
True.
My director friend who got me into this workshop, this director's workshop where I'll be acting with good directors. She texted. She sent a voice message to me today, and she just said, "I just want to tell you I'm so excited for you," because I cried when I got in, and the old mother stuff, and she said, "I just want to say I'm so excited for you," and she said, "You're going to do great. You're going to fail. You're going to get back up again. You're going to do great. You're going to do great. You're going to fail. You're going to get back up again. You're going to dust off your knees. You'll fail again and again and again, and then you'll succeed and succeed and succeed, and then you'll fail again." I was like, that was perfect. It was such a perfect, I said it differently to the way she did, but it was so perfect to kind of go,
Sigh. Yeah.
I can fail.
Yeah.
Because they are the forward motions to succeeding.
Mm-hmm. That's what I've been saying all along out here.
We were going through some of my monologues, and I know when I've done a shitty monologue. And there was some that I didn't want to show, and she said, "Show me," and she went, "That'll get you on General Hospital." And I was like, oh, okay, now I understand a shitty monologue. It's not that it's shitty, but it's just going to be for a certain aspect of business. It's going to direct me in a way that I may or may not want to go. But if it could get me on General Hospital, okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Okay, so it wasn't a great Meryl moment of mine. That's okay.
Right. It's true. That's the thing too. We all have, when we're our dreams, whatever. We have a vision of how it's going to be, and if it's not like that, then we're lost. We're like, what?
What the hell? What?
Yeah. But
what do you mean that's in the fine print?
It's just, I don't know. It's all about, I don't know. Like I said, everything has been coming out about, it's all inspirational stuff, going for your dreams, loving who you are, believing in yourself, going for it, don't be afraid. It's just, that's why I wanted to have you on here, because
well, be afraid and do it anyway.
Exactly. That's what I said. Be afraid and do it anyway. I said that before. Freaking. I love that. And I just love you as a person. You're like I said, you're inspirational to me in every way. Every way.
Ditto, darling. Widow power.
That's right. That's right. I want to thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Taking time.
Thank you. The thanks is all mine. It's really come at a very opportune time for me to kind of, this has been, I hope it's been good for your listeners, but for me it's also, I feel like this last hour has helped me kind of really kind of see the puzzle pieces together.
That's the thing with me being on here. I can't get my words out. Like I don't know if this doesn't come out properly, but what I'm wanting to ask is, what is one of the things that you can tell people out there that are maybe struggling?
The struggle is part of your success. It's the giving up that will kill you.
That's a good one. I need to have you on here more. We were gonna do a thing together not long ago. I was excited about that, but things happen for a reason.
There's always time, honey.
That's
always
right.
time.
As I said, down the line, you never know what's gonna happen.
No, you don't.
You don't.
You really don't.
No. Okay, I love you, and I thank you.
I love you too, sweetie pie. Thank you so much for having me, and I hope you have a really amazing weekend, and I hope everyone is going to have an amazing weekend, amazing week, amazing days.
Everything.
Lives, and
yes.
Allow yourself to be flawed.
Expect the unexpected.
Yes!
Okay, you have a good night and good weekend.
I will, sweetie pie. You too.
Take care.
Bye, honey bunny.
Bye. That was Stephen Dimmick. His inspirational story about all the trials, tribulations, mistakes, challenges, obstacles that he's been through. Being a makeup artist, his dream changed, and now he's pursuing acting. And as we were talking about before, it's never too late. There's no age on your dreams. Doesn't matter. There's no limit, no time on what you want to do. Your dream is ageless. So don't put it in a category of, oh, I'm too old, I can't do this now. He was said 52. He's pursuing acting. After being a successful makeup artist, he still does do that, but you can have many dreams as well. It's not just one. You can have many. You can have many dreams. So that was his story. I hope you all enjoyed it. And as I said, he's a very inspirational person in my life. I think he's an inspiration to everyone that he comes across paths with. He's just a very inspirational person in every way of his life right now. He talked about losing his husband, going for what he wants, still after losing his husband and going through grief. I really wanted you all to hear his story. That's what I wanted, because I wanted to get it out to the universe that dreams are real, and whatever it is that you may be dreaming that you want to do, you can make it a reality. So, and I did that because when I do my oracles and readings, since I've been on here, it's all been about that, kicking fear to the curb, accepting challenges, changes, obstacles, mistakes, and going for what you love and believe in, and to have a dream and not be afraid to go for it, no matter what. And dreams change, like his did. He wants to be an actor. He's pursuing to be an actor. We can have multiple dreams. In fact, I think it's good to have multiple dreams instead of just one. Build, 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 build. If you, like I said to him, and he agreed, if you can see yourself doing it, if you can imagine yourself doing it and see yourself doing it, then you can make it a reality. You can do it. I'm a strong believer in that. And I wanted you to hear his story. And I know it's going to go out to the universe and zap it. And not hopefully, I know it'll hit someone. If it hits at least one person and gives them inspiration, I'm glad with that. I'm very glad with that. So I want to also let you know, next Tuesday when I'm on, I'm also excited about this, y'all. Next Tuesday when I come on, I will be interviewing Dave Schreed from the Holscher Files. He also has his own talk show. He's going to be coming on to talk about, because I use Spirit Box on here to for positive things, to bring in loved ones' messages to people who are living, guardian angels, spirit guide messages, whatever it may be. I want him to come on. Like I said, it'll be next Tuesday at 11 o'clock. I'm excited for this. Dave Schrader from the Holscher Files is going to be on the show, and he's going to come on and explain and talk about Spirit Box. Because sometimes when I say that, people get afraid or have a negative vibe or feeling that it's voodoo to do. So I want him, he'll be on to explain. Dave Schrader from the Holscher Files. Next Tuesday at 11, he'll be on. So I'm excited about that. And like I was very excited about tonight, so I hope you all enjoyed tonight with Stephen Dimmick, because he's an inspiration, and he's like you and me. We all can get to where we want to go. We all can have a dream and make it a reality. You can also have multiple dreams, not just one. Multiple dreams. You don't just have to have one. You can have many. Again, I hope you all have a good night, and you're gonna can't get my words out. I hope you all have a good night and you're safe. And the weekend's here. Yay! I'll be back tomorrow. That's another thing. I'll be back tomorrow night at 11. No, I came on early tonight because I went by by Stephen's schedule. It was the time that we could meet and talk. So I was on here a lot earlier tonight. So I'll be back tomorrow and at 11 p.m. Eastern time, everybody. So have a good night. Take care of yourselves and be safe and be healthy and enjoy your Friday night. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Take care. Thank you.